On tap, Greg Koch from Stone. Hi, I'm James Knott, and this is the Better Beer Authority. Last November, Greg Koch, the CEO of Stone Brewing Company, stopped by the studio to promote his new book, The Craft of Stone Brewing. I'll put a link in the comments section in case you want to check it out. It happened to be one of our most watched and well-received episodes of the BBA. After the interview, Greg said that he was having fun and we should shoot some more. He caught me off guard. I wasn't prepared, and because of that, part 2 was a little less formal.
It was awesome having you come.
Yeah, thank you.
I was actually pretty surprised that you said yes.
You know what? I didn't remember the year and a half ago. I didn't make the connection. I wouldn't have changed my answer. Actually, I would have said absolutely, regardless. I was happy to do it because I like spreading the word. I like communicating about this, and I'm a beer geek. So we want to sit down and talk about beer. I'm pretty much okay with that.
How many stops are you making on your book tour?
It's this leg, which was the first leg, 9 stops, 9 cities in 13 days.
Why did you choose Ohio
Because we had good stops all along the way. I was really looking for good stops. So I get to talk with the Entrepreneurial Society at Denison University while I'm out there, as well as it's open to the public, the thing we're doing at 6 o'clock, and then mix and mingle. Now, I don't know if you know, I grew up not far from here.
Well, your Facebook page says Pataskala, Ohio.
Right. Ohio's been a great beer state. This was one of the very first Midwestern or East Coast, it's not East Coast, of course, I know that, but it's one of the first east of the Mississippi states that we entered. And we've had a really good relationship with Ohio beer enthusiasts. So Ohio, Cincinnati's coming along. Columbus has been great, and of course Brews Cafe is a leader out there in Granville and has been for a number of years.
Yeah. I just interviewed author of Ohio Breweries, and he traveled to all 49 Ohio breweries and did a book where he, just not reviewed, but just talked about it more of as like a travel guide. But it was pretty interesting, just so many breweries that you don't even realize exist. And you kind of wonder, okay, is one of these breweries going to be the one that blows up and becomes like the next Stone or
the next Great Lakes?
The next Great Lakes. Yeah. Great Lakes is awesome.
Yeah. I've been having some. I tried some beers from Jackie O's. Some beer enthusiasts down in when I started the tour in Cincinnati. It's a bit of a coincidence that we started and ended in Ohio. That was just a flow of the pattern that we could put together logistically. And, some fascinating beers, and I just love their approach to, hey, that why not approach, that go for it approach, let's see what we can do approach.
Mm-hmm. Were you in Athens, or
No.
They brought the beer to Cincinnati?
I dropped by, I was invited to a Sunday afternoon beer tasting at somebody's house. Hey Greg, you probably don't have time, but if you want to drop by for some beer with me and my friends and taste some beers, we'd love to share some local Ohio stuff with you. And I thought, actually, turns out that day I got an extra hour. I dropped by for an hour. I said, hi, I'm here. I'm going to drink some of your beer for an hour, chat, and then we're going to get out of here. And thanks for the hospitality. And actually, it was really cool.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Hey, speaking of which, did you want a beer?
I'm going to have plenty tonight, so I'm okay. We're still traveling out there.
I figured, I was like, man, it's got to be hard to be on a beer book tour. All day you'd just be ready for a nap.
It's about focused professionalism. And my version of professionalism is don't drink too damn much, Greg. That's. I just want to thank you and frankly all the beer video bloggers, heck, anybody that's working together to help spread the message. That we don't have to put up with this lowest common denominator, mediocre, generic, fizzy yellow beer nonsense anymore. We can break free from that as you have. You've thrown off these chains of oppression. And this clouds are parting, the sun is shining, and you can hear the angels sing, and they say, craft beer, come to us, come to us. Leave behind that nonsense that the man tries to tell you is beer, and break free, throw off those chains, and spread the word, because there still are poor lost souls wandering the streets that haven't taken craft beer into their hearts.
Oh, you're so poetic.
We must help them. We must not forsake them. Go forth, spread the word, spread the message, share the love of craft beer.
What's that show that you were on? Drinking
Made Easy? With
Drinking
Zane?
Made Easy?
Yeah.
There's all the beers right here.
Do not, no, you are above that, all of you. Just want to say for the record, while I've had a really great time, I've enjoyed meeting you, and I still believe in your potential. I am personally really disappointed in you right now. Yeah.
Listen, you're not the first.
Yeah.
So when that guy was chugging the beers,
Kind of, yeah.
were you I was just curious because you're like, you're better than this, don't do it. I was just wondering if you're just joking around or if you're kind of mildly horrified.
That got a lot of comments. And it's amazing, the power of the internet. I'm going to tell people what Greg was thinking and doing, or what his attitude, and why I think it's either right or probably wrong. Because if they thought it was right, they wouldn't bother posting. People only post to, not only, but usually post to say something negative.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you my opinion on that. I've known Zane for a few years. Not super well, but we've met on a few occasions. And I know his persona on screen.
Yeah.
And I know what they were going for. And so it was no mystery that they were going to be doing it. And they knew it was no mystery that I was going to be giving them flack for it.
Right.
Because even though I realize that they're doing it as part of the show and the persona, I still don't approve.
Right.
You don't chug good beer. I mean, so I like Zane. I'm challenged with the promoting of drinking and buffoonery.
Right.
I think that's the territory of the mega international companies, that really are just about selling volume and getting you to buy into this perceived lifestyle that they want to, spread.
Yeah.
Versus, and it's not like you have to have it in the perfect glass, although I agree with you, I prefer it that way. It's not that you have to contemplate and sniff, because some people says, well, I don't want to have to think about my beer. Okay, just drink a good beer and think about whatever else, the conversation there you're in. That's usually what I'm thinking about when I'm drinking beer. I'll pay a little attention to the beer because I really like it.
Yeah.
But I'm mostly about the social situation or whatever's going on when I'm drinking beer, and the beer is a part of that experience. So I don't think you have to be stuffy about it at all, but then there is the pendulum swings, in two directions, and the far end of that is being buffoonish. And yeah.
Well, I've always tried to make that a point of our show, is that, we're trying not to make it talk about like how many you can drink or how drunk you're getting and that sort of thing, and more about like the flavor and stuff like that, and because I don't want to promote like irresponsible behavior. So I mean, like, is that a challenge you walk a thin line when you're in the beer industry, like you want to sell more beer, but you want them to use it responsibly.
I only want to sell more beer by earning the respect and the trust of people, of beer drinkers, not by getting them to drink more than they would be normally inclined to drink. And I'm one of those people that says, hey, if you think maybe you should drink less beer, I support you in that. In fact, I might even be the one to tell you, maybe you might want to consider drinking a little bit less. It's okay to drink less beer. No problem. It's okay to drink less. If you feel like, what you do, like I drink a pretty fair amount of beer. I don't go around bragging about how much beer I drink. I drink a pretty fair amount. I feel very comfortable with the amount I drink. I don't drink and drive. I don't drink and get buffoonish or idiotic. I might get a little boisterous sometimes. When I'm at a bar. I try to make sure that I don't end up doing things that I regret, and I've generally been pretty good at that throughout my life. So it's that balance, and so I love promoting great beer from that balanced perspective that you mentioned. But beer is here for us to enjoy and for it to augment the better things that are going on in our life.
Thanks to Greg Koch for stopping by, and to all of our loyal viewers for tuning in. We really appreciate it. I'm James Knott, and this is your Better Beer Authority.
Better Beer Authority.